My friends, I'm really glad you're here. And to kick this off and introduce you to the Rise, I want to start by sharing a story that's really important to me. It's a situation I had a little while back and kind of unbelievable, but it was one of those times where life felt really heavy. It was not long after Shaylee had had Jackson, and I had actually begun to formulate the Rise. I had the concepts and couple months before we ran our first Rise week. And it was just heavy, you know what I mean? Like just those times, I mean, a lot of people are feeling that right now. Just that heaviness that what's the future going to hold? How do I accomplish all the things I need to accomplish, right? Just these weights of life were on me, the finances, caring for the kids, the newborn, up in the night, tired, right? My wife was, not herself yet. It's just challenging, right? You know those times I'm talking about. So I knew I needed something different. I needed something that could help me get some clarity. And so many of you know this about me, but I decided to go out into the wilderness. That's where I come alive. That's where I feel like I'm myself. So I went out to a place nearby called Pine Valley, Pine Mountain area, and began to hike. And as I started on the trail, I just like didn't have it in me, right? Those times I just didn't have it in me. And as I'm walking, not very far in, I collapse. I just like down on my hands and knees, and I'm just, I'm there, my hands in the dirt, and I'm not tired. I'm just overwhelmed. It's just, life. And as I'm down there, I'm just have all the thoughts racing and all the kind of weight of the world on my shoulders. Just, I had left my practice in Orem almost I guess it was 8 months before, 10 months before, and didn't know where the money was going to come from, and just a lot. And so I'm there, hands down in the dirt, and I noticed this little sound, right? And as I'm looking out ahead of me, I kind of hear, not like an audible thing, but like kind of a thought in my mind: look, listen, look. This is for you. I'm like, what? What does that mean? And I look up the trail to where I thought I heard a noise, and I begin to see something coming around the kind of bend of the trail. And as it comes around, I see this mountain lion on the trail up ahead. And I'm like, wow. I think recently, probably some of you saw this, there was a viral video of some guy came up on some cubs. I don't know if you saw that, but kind of that feeling of like, oh, right? And I'm down on my hands and knees, overwhelmed already. And I'm like, okay, if I run, it's not going to work out. I can't run from this. I'll just look and listen, I guess. And so I'm there, down on all fours, and slowly this mountain lion comes walking down the trail towards me. And I just sit and wait for it. And this is kind of crazy, but it got closer and closer, and it put its head up to mine. And instantly, I was filled with this power and this strength. I just felt like it transferred that energy right inside of me, and I could like feel alive, and I felt strong, and I felt like from the moment before of like overwhelm and weakness to like all of a sudden like, okay, I'm a freaking lion, right? This is the feeling I got. And as I felt that, it reminded me of what I was capable of. It reminded me who I was, and that despite all the challenges I was facing, I was capable. And that story illustrates what the Rise represents to me. It represents our confidence, our capability. It represents the ability to get clarity in our life about the things that matter most. So many of you know I've been a therapist for about a decade now, and I've faced a lot of challenges of my own, lots of ups and downs in my marriage, in parenting, with clients, and what I wanted was a place where I could access the tools and the techniques and the things that I've learned in a quick way where I don't go down into the dumps, where I don't get overwhelmed, or if I do, it's just quick and short. So I invite you into the Rise. I invite you to check out the Advantage that's coming up. There's some cool things in there. I'm really excited. I really wanted a place where those that I care about could come and have the tools that I've learned. And I care about you. That's why you're here. So as you see, this is my invitation. We're just getting started here on this platform. So this video is going out to my friends, my family members, people that I've had the chance to walk a journey with. And I hope that you'll invite others who you care about, who you know could benefit from a little bit of empowerment. So check out some of the things that are coming up. I encourage you to join the Advantage. I got this cool little thing going right now where there's 10 videos of power and purpose and some guided processes that I use to help me just get my mind right. I'm super excited to have it there in the palm of my hand. So I look forward to seeing you guys inside. I hope you'll join me in the Advantage and learn more about this, learn more about the tools and trainings and techniques. And if you think about how far you've come, right? No matter where you are on the path, or maybe you feel like you're off the path, there's always time to get back on a different path. And I think of that path there, hands down in the dirt, lying, right? And that feeling of strength that came instantly. I know that all of us are capable of choosing what comes next in our lives. So as I'm sitting there, the lion moves away and I'm like in shock, right? I'm like, what just happened? But I feel strength. And I begin to rise up, right, from the ground, just feeling this new life in me. And again, this voice inside, this was for you. Always remember it. And I open my eyes and I look to where the lion should have been. And there's nothing there. I look forward to seeing you inside.